Okay, now we're going to save this image for, let's say, a web page or a blog or something like that. All right, now this image right now is very, very large. We can tell that by looking up here at the top. You can see here it says cows 8x10 TIFF 12.5%. That means we've zoomed out, and the image right now is we're only seeing 12.5% really of the full image dimensions. If we were to zoom into 100% and see all of our pixels, right, we would be zooming in and you'd see this is 100%. So this is how much information is in this image. It's quite a bit, right? It's actually a little bit of a blurry image, but you can see that there is information if we zoomed in all the way, right? Well, this image is way too big for a web page, and it's very big. It's 4 megabytes right now. It's a large file. Don't want to even email this to anyone. So we want to shrink this file down so that we could post it on a web page or in a blog or something like that, or send it to a friend in an email as an attachment. So I'm going to go once again back to my trusty image size. All right. And what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to make this image smaller. So I am going to be resampling the image. I'll click resample image. And very easily what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right to the chase and say I want this image to be 700 pixels wide. Okay, 700 pixels wide. So I'll just do that and pop in 700 there. Automatically I'm constraining proportions here, right? Constraining proportions so that when I adjust the width, the height is also adjusted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say bicubic best for smooth gradients, best for enlargement, or best for reduction. I'm going to pick bicubic sharper best for reduction since I'm reducing the file. And I will click OK. All right, and now notice the image is now shrunk. We were zoomed in before at 100%. We could only see the upper left-hand corner of the sky. Now, at 100%, notice it says 100% here. This is how big the image would be. So if I was to paste this to the web, it would be about this size. The size I see it on my screen is about the size it would be on a web page. So this is perfect. So now what I want to do is I'm going to save this as a JPEG. So I will say File, and since this is a much smaller file now, I'm going to use a special saving tool for saving for the web, and it's called Save for Web and Devices. And I'll click that. Save for Web and Devices, and then it gives me this window in which I can optimize my image to save in one of the different popular formats for the web. And so I will choose the format here, GIF, JPEG, PNG 8-bit, PNG 24-bit, or WBMP. Okay, so what I'm going to choose is JPEG, and then I can pick the quality of the image. So I take the quality, let's say, to 75, and I can have this optimized or not, and I could make this image a progressive download where it starts to progressively come together as it downloads, or not. I'll keep it off. And then I will hit save. When it saves, it asks me where I want to save my file. I'm going to go to the desktop. Then I'm going to go to my folder called week 2. And I'm going to call this cows. And I will put in the dimensions right here. Let's say 700 wide. 700 wide .jpeg, and hit save, and now I have a JPEG in my folder. We'll go to the folder right here. So now in week 2 you'll see I have cows 700 wide JPEG. I have cows 8x10 TIFF file. This is a very large file, 36 megabytes. This 700 pixel wide cow image is only 135 kilobytes, and so that's a much smaller file.